What's up, everybody? NW Order for Life here with the Seven Deadly Sins, episode 16 review, and I got myself a brand new haircut. I couldn't stand my long hair the way it was. It was frankly getting in the way of me making videos, to be honest. It was so, ugh. But so glad that I'm all clean and I'm energized and ready to talk about this episode. And before I get into it, though, I'm gonna probably start doing reviews based on the crappy subs of Seven Deadly Sins because, as it stands, like I'm never gonna have the reviews on time, and they are, pretty probably easy for me to understand anyway, since I did read the manga a long time ago, but but still kind of new to me since I haven't read it in a long time. But anyway, so Seven Deadly Sins episode 16, or was it 15? It was so good. It was really good. Um, Episode 16 has Elizabeth being mentioned by Cain. Cain mentions to Meliodas about how she isn't Liz, and are you looking at her like Liz, or are you treating her like Liz? And he goes into it for a second, and then he backs away, saying, don't worry about it. And Meliodas kind of just gives him like the blank happy expression, kind of like ignoring what Cain even brought up. And then we go to Galther is basically agreeing with Meliodas and the Sins that they need to protect the kingdom because the princess is asking him to do it. And there's comedy moments with Galther talking about or using his memory abilities to see that Deanne is actually 30 feet tall instead of 29 or something like that. That Bond a long time ago used his powers to steal the strength of Diane and Meliodas, and just to play a joke on them in a battle or something. And King about Helbram, King kind of tries to shush him about Helbram because he doesn't want the truth about Helbram to be known. And then Elizabeth walks out to Meliodas, and Elizabeth is like all flirty with him, or Galther says that her voice is higher pitched and that her heart is beating differently or something to that effect, and it symbolizes that she's in love with him. And so there's a whole bunch of like Galther, shut up, you're too straight faced, and you don't know when to read the atmosphere. And they're all afraid that Diane's gonna freak out because of that comment, but Diane is just passed out drunk behind them, so it was pretty funny. um, and then we get a scene with Hauser talking with Dreyfus. Dreyfus comes out of his quarters and he's like, I'm sorry for being depressed about my son or whatever. I'm excused for a night or something like that. And Hauser is just basically saying how he's worried, how the new generation keep popping up all the time, and he's really concerned, doesn't know what to do. And Dreyfus is like, well, let me handle Hendrickson. I'll go talk to him or something like that. And what happens then is we see Gila and Jericho, and Jericho is like like not being her usual self in battle, like in training, and she reveals the reason why is because she's disturbed because the monster that Hendrickson ordered to be killed was part Holy Knight. That there was a clear Holy Knight presence in the monster, and Jericho shows this pendant or necklace to Gila, and she looks a little shocked. So we know from the episode that from Meliodas talking and what that's Gila's father. I forget what his name was, but that was her father. So maybe now with the necklace, she realizes that it's related to her family or to her father in some capacity. I don't know. But and then we see Hendrickson talking with Dreyfus, and Dreyfus is basically saying like, "What are you up to?" And Hendrickson says, "I've got a different view of the of the prophecy." And this is like almost like Naruto with Uchiha Madara's different view and Hashirama's different view of what the stone tablet says. But basically, he thinks that the prophecy says that the evil that the Holy Knights will be fighting is the demon clan that has been, we get like a short backstory in the demon clan that they've been in the past. They fought 4 races and they were sealed up or something like that. And Dreyfus is like, and well, Hendrickson is saying that he wants to, unleash the demon clan so that the Holy Knights can have a purpose. saying how like the sword is rusted, peace has ruined this kingdom, the knights have nothing to do. He's basically just war hungry, and he feels like fighting these demons is going to be like this true, I guess, display of heroism and like good triumphing over evil, or basically just give him the battle lust that he wants. But maybe he's trying to make it justified to Dreyfus by saying like, oh, it's what we knights deserve, and it'll be the true battle against evil and things of that nature, because he wants Dreyfus on his side. And Dreyfus he yells at him in, I guess admonishes is the right word, basically saying like, well, you're wrong, what about justice? And, we knights, can't release evil into the world. And then shocker is that Hendrickson tells Dreyfus, who are you to talk about justice? Weren't you the one who convinced me to take part in helping you murder your brother so that you can claim the position as the next great holy knight? And it's just like, whoa. So right there, you see that Dreyfus, I mean, we already knew that Meliodas and the Seven Deadly Sins was set up, but, and we knew that it was by the, the holy knights of, the past generation, Dreyfus or whatever. But, you see right there that Dreyfus is the main person, not even Hendrickson, but Dreyfus is the one, supposedly this, good holy knight in opposition to Hendrickson. He's the one that framed the Seven Deadly Sins and, killed his mentor or his brother, or whatever, and Meliodas' good friend and all that stuff. And I think even, that night, I forget what his name was, I think with a Z, but that he was like the best knight in the kingdom or something. So yeah, so wow, that's a real story shocker right there. And then after that, we have Hendrickson is telling Dreyfus that he wants him on his side because like he needs him because they're friends and he can't do this without him and things of that nature. But Dreyfus is still kind of like fighting him on it, like, you bastard, like, I'm not gonna let you get away with this, etc. And we see that Hendrickson and Helbram are trying to open the demon gate at some point in the show. I don't know if this was after the conversation or before. It might be that he walked away from Dreyfus, but they were talking about opening the demon gate. Meliodas talked about his demon artifact to the sins and the princess, and like like the scenes corresponded with each other and showed that the demon gate was trying to be opened by Hendrickson and Helbram, but it can't be because they need one final piece, and that final piece is Elizabeth. And Elizabeth is taken from the Seven Deadly Sins in Meliodas' bar by some woman that teleports. She just teleports right in, and she grabs her and teleports away, and that's it. She's gone. And the Seven Deadly Sins make a mad rush for the kingdom. Diane actually grabs everyone and chucks them across the sky, and basically they get there really fast, and all the knights can sense them coming, like with like rage, like they can like, holy crap, what's coming towards the kingdom, and some really cool stuff happens, like Meliodas lands, and he charges full speed ahead, and Bond does too. Bond takes out a couple knights too and stuff, and I think Gowther uses his memory arrows or something. I don't know if that was this episode or the next one, but when he uses his memory arrows to like confuse some of the knights into dropping their guard, or like thinking that there's somebody, that the enemies aren't really their enemies and things of that nature. It might be the next episode I'm thinking about. But the Meliodas does this really cool thing where like one holy knight uses like this wood attack, another one uses lightning, fire, blades, bullets, and like this death attack or something, and it's all coming towards Meliodas, and he goes full counter, and he turns every single attack back at the holy knights, and it looks so cool because like you see like his full counter slash or whatever, and you just see all the attacks going reverse into the holy knights that fired them, and it just looks so cool. And as they're rushing towards it, Dreyfus is basically like, we'll finish this later, we'll talk about this later because we got to go deal with the 7 deadly sins. And they both make it a point, like Hendrickson and Dreyfus, to go deal with them. But now they've got another problem coming from the south, and that's an entire army. The 7 deadly sins stop, Hendrickson and Dreyfus stop, and everybody senses that there's an army behind the other side where the sins are attacking. And that army is being led by Arthur Pendragon of Camelot, the king of Camelot. And it looks like Merlin in the hood is by his side, you know. So it looks really epic. Such a great episode. So much plot, so much story development, some character progression for Dreyfus and Meliodas, and even Elizabeth to an extent with the love part. Just really great episode. Highly recommended. A lot of action, you know, powers and all that good stuff, and the whole Demon Clan storyline is coming to light now. And you know, what will Dreyfus do? Will he end up siding with the Demon Clan and his friend, or will he end up, you know, staying true to his convictions and going against the new generation of Holy Knights? So that is your episode. It was amazing. I'm giving it a 5 out of 5, or actually, my rating system is a 10, isn't it? So I'll give it a 10 out of 10. It just really awesome, and please watch it. Let me know what you guys think about the episode in the comments below. Please rate this video and subscribe for more videos in the future. Thanks, have a nice night, and I'm going to be doing the next review for the next episode next. Thank you, bye.